how does the role of a veteran leader change in an organization when an iconic figure like Tom Brady leaves?
I think one of the key things you just got to be yourself, man. Obviously Tom is a huge figurehead in our organization. He's been there 20 years. But I think it'll just be more veteran guys. I think guys like Julian, who haven't got a ton of credit for his leadership. He's a guy who will step up. Guys like James White and David Andrew, who have been captains, they'll continue to lead. But I think the biggest thing is we just got to be ourselves. We can't try to fill Tom's gap because we can't do that. But it'll be a new kind of regime, a new team. We got to embrace that and have fun with it.
Jason, what was the first thought you had when you heard Tom wasn't coming back?
Oh man, I guess just happy for him if that's where he wants to be. I think at the end of the day, we always have to remember this thing is a business and it doesn't always go the way we anticipate or the way we expect it. But for a guy that spent 20 years in one place and to do as much winning as he did, he deserves the right to make whatever decision he feels is best for him and his family.
Devin, I saw you had some comments where you were very supportive of Jarrett Stidham, and obviously you guys will rally around him. What do you think will be the single biggest challenge for him as he tries to step into these enormous footsteps?
I think like any quarterback, man, just experience. For every player, when you first get out there, every snap is a new learning experience. And the biggest thing is repetition, and you keep doing it over and over again. So he'll be no different than, any other quarterback that'll go out there, whether it's first year, second, third year, even our new rookies that come in. Every snap will be a new learning experience. You got to kind of take it all in and just keep pushing forward. So no matter the ups or downs, we just need Stid or it's Hoyer or anybody that plays quarterback for us to just keep going out there and know you got the full team support behind you.
Yeah, for both of you guys, I wonder if you're watching the Last Dance films on ESPN, because it has brought up a lot of conversation about Michael Jordan, and in particular this week, how tough he was on his teammates as a leader. And it just got me to thinking, I mean, Tom Brady and Michael Jordan have so many parallels. They both won 6 championships. They're both, at the very top of the list of the greatest players in their sport. How do you see it? How would you describe the way Tom Brady was as a leader relative to what we've seen from Michael Jordan in these films?
Dev, you'd be more equipped for that.
Yeah, I think football's a little different than basketball. You got 5 guys on the court at one time. Everyone's kind of working together. Whereas, Tom's always been the guy offensively. Like the offense revolves around him. There's not been, days where if it's not going well, Tom's going to be quiet. Like there's been plenty of days, whether it's springtime and mini camp, OTAs, or training camp, where he's mad, he's firing guys up. So to me, he's always been one of those guys that leads by example. But when it's not to the standard, he's always going to let guys know what they need to do to get better. But I just think it's a little different football and basketball.
It makes sense. Jason, for those of us who follow you guys on social media, you have some accounts that you share and all the rest of that, and you comment on a variety of different things. I wonder, as we sort of sit in the middle of these unique circumstances, what your thoughts are on the return of football and your anticipation of what it's going to be like when you guys are able to get back on the field.
One thing I really believe in is control what you can control. And I think for us as players, there's a lot of unknown right now. And all we can do right now is staying in shape. Everybody's doing the virtual meetings and things of that nature. So obviously we're all assuming and we're hoping that football will restart. And at some point we'll be able to return to the facilities when it's safe to do so. But I feel like in the meantime, we all have no idea what the future is going to bring, when that's going to be. So we're just doing all that we can to make sure whenever it does happen, we're all ready to go and we hit the ground running.
And once upon a time, both of you guys, of course, were college football players. And I think that we've been talking a lot on this show about the different challenges that they face in all of that. Devin, what are your thoughts on college football, where the possibility that the players will be back on campus, if some of the other regular students aren't back on campus, maybe they'll be playing, but it's not safe for fans in the stands? Feels like there's a big difference between dealing with professionals and dealing with amateur athletes, if you will, on the collegiate level. What are your thoughts on that, Devin?
Yeah, man, it's tough. I think as professionals, we can make some decisions. We understand what's going on. When you're in college, the biggest thing is you want to go out there and compete. And, a lot of those guys have dreams and aspirations of playing the NFL. So, to do that, you have to go play. So, I think for years, the NCAA has gotten a lot of criticism. But I think now is the time. We have so many other sanctions and other silly things. But I think now's the time that they have to make sure they protect the athletes, not protect the business of making money and financial gains, but actually protect these kids and do what's best for them, whether that's playing or not playing. But I think they need to put the kids first and prioritize them before any other financial gains.
And final question, Jason McCourty, this is maybe the most important one because I've had this conversation with Rex a million times, who is a twin as well. Who is the handsomer McCourty twin?
By far, me. It's never been a close race.
What do you think, Devin?
He was the first one to get married because he knew he had to get off the market. So I think that answers for itself.
Guys, this was great fun. Thank you so much. Please stay safe, and I hope that we'll see you back on the field really soon. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.